People online have been crying up and down the street saying, I'm a collector, I need the best version of a movie, and that best version comes inside of a nice hard steelbook case. This is the silliest thing I've ever heard, but people spend big money on these. Just recently, Deadpool and Wolverine had a huge, limited, deluxe steelbook. It sold for like, I don't know, I think it was like $60-$70. Something crazy like that for a single movie. It wasn't like all the movies in like a box set. It was just one movie. And people thought, this is going to go down in price. I'm going to save money. It's going to be like $30, maybe even $25. There's no way they're going to charge this much. And Disney and Amazon and all these places called your bluff. Now you're stuck with this big thing of metal. And let's be frank, it's never going to exceed that value. And in fact, now, if you go online, this Deadpool and Wolverine 4Ks are already selling at a reduced price. You know why? Because steelbooks don't last. They get rusty, they get dusty, they get musty. You know, you gotta like pull out like your little like things, your little cans of spray, just to keep all the rust and to keep the hinges intact. Because metal isn't meant to last. You know, again, something classy, like a slip cover, you know, a nice cardboard slip cover. This is something that's going to last. This is something that, you know, in 3 to 5 years, you could sell for major cash, or you could hold on to it and pass it down to your kids, and your kids could pass it down to their grandkids, and the grandkids could pass it down to their grandkids, and vice versa until the end of time. You know, that's the classy standard. These steelbooks, they're as good as garbage. There's no reason that you're spending that money on a steelbook because it just doesn't have the value. Like, you put it on the shelf, you knock it over. You know what happens when you knock it over? A ding. All of a sudden, you just start taking the dollars off. You're just like, ka-ching. I just lost $50 because there's a big old dent inside of my movie. But you know what happens when you drop a steel, like a slip cover here? Nothing. Because it's built to last. Metal is not. Metal is, it's an appealing prospect for people that don't know about wealth accumulation. People that don't know anything. Like, it's a way to trick noobs. It's a way to trick people into thinking, hey, this is the collector's format. When in fact, it's the chump format. There will be no value to these. In 3 to 5 years, people will be throwing these away, and then they'll just be left with discs. And you know what happens when they're left with discs? They eventually just throw those away because they're like, well, I can't just have the disc without, like, the case. What's the point? You know, the artwork and the shelf display and, you know, the cred that I get down the street for owning these movies is just lost if it's just a disc. I can't invite someone in my house and say, yeah, take a look at my movie collection. They go, where is it? And I go, oh, well, I've got them in this book full of discs because all my cases were steelbooks and they all got rusty and ruined, and, you know, everyone that touched them got, like, infected and they had to go to the ER and all this and that. So I'm just a disc-only person now. No one's going to be impressed with you. People are just going to think you're foolish. They're going to say, well, you're stupid. And again, you can change this yourself. You know, you just need to respect the slipcover. This is the classy collection, the classy collector option. You know, look at that. We've got that. We've got, look at these beautiful slipcovers. Wow. Which would you prefer? The true collector version, the true blue, beautiful, peak movie experience. When people look at this on the shelf and they go, oh, is that Is that Scream? And it's got like a beautiful like slip cover. Well, let me pull that out. Let me take a look. They're not gonna do that with your Steelbook. They're just gonna go, oh, that's something, I guess. Why is this so heavy? Why is it about to fall on my hands? Oops, I'm sorry, I damaged your movie. Don't spend these inflated prices. They're not going down. They've called your bluff as a collector community. They realize that you slipcover, or sorry, not slipcover chumps, because we are the superior collector. But they realize you Steelbook chumps will just spend too much on something that's just not ever going to be worth any money. Period. Wake up. Stop buying Steelbooks. Get rid of them while they're still worth money. Before you ding them, before you rust them. Get rid of your Steelbooks. Get on the slipcover train and start collecting like a real collector. But that's what I have for you today. Comment down below. Have you made the mistake of collecting Steelbooks, and how do you plan to get out of this burden that you've put yourself in? And while you're at it, give the video a like and be sure to subscribe. Until next time, keep slipping.